Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved running. In elementary school, I ran around the track. I ran in a local park with a teacher and other motivated students. I just ran. I loved it. I didn't really think about the health aspect or gaining strength. I just did it for fun. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that. I ran for fun, but it's true. When I was in high school, I was in the sports program. And oh, did we ever run. The school was near the water, and there was an old canal with bridges that we would train around. One loop was 1 kilometer, and we would do that over and over. I pushed myself so hard that I felt I was going to vomit. This got conditioned into me so intensely that as soon as I saw the bridges when my dad drove us to school, I would want to vomit. After the first year, I learned to chill out, slow down, and enjoy it a bit more. For the next 4 years, I continued to run, but I can't say I ever felt the same freedom as I did as when I was younger, except for this one time in 9th grade. I still remember the feeling so clearly. And to be honest, it is that moment that has pushed me back to running over and over again as the years went by. We were doing a mini triathlon, and I was maybe 15 years old. We started with a swim, and then the bike, and then the last part was a run. 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, I can't remember. But what I do remember is turning the corner on one of the bridges about halfway through the run and feeling so good and so strong. I felt like I could take on the whole world. I was so happy. I assume that this is what people call the runner's high, and boy, did it feel good. In CEGEP, I continued to run and even started training more consistently with the idea of doing a marathon. But then I got mono. After I recovered from mono, I got into vet school. I would go on occasional runs, once in a while, here and there, sometimes with my roommate, with a friend, on my own. But I never ran enough to feel really good. I never regretted a run, and I always felt better after moving my body. But I never felt that same freedom and strength as I did when I was 15 years old and when I was a kid. Then I moved to Toronto. So I spent 2 years running here and there, but was very inconsistent. I was also stressed and anxious, and my mental health was not great. Finally, I decided to sign up for my first half marathon. This was something I had always told myself I wanted to do, but just never did. Not only did I sign up for a half, but I signed up for a race in one of my favorite places in the world, Ucluelet in Tofino. You would think I would get really motivated about running after that, but no. Still the occasional run here and there for a few months. Realizing I needed a good kick in the butt, I signed up for a running room training program. The Scotiabank Half Marathon was the same date as my race, so the training time was perfect. Little by little and week by week, I felt myself growing stronger and faster. I was getting excited about my runs instead of dreading them. And I'm so happy to say that I found that feeling again. As I get stronger, I feel better and better, and the running becomes easier and easier. Now, when I run, I feel so good and so strong. It's actually hard to put into words what running has done for me in the past 2 months. And let's be realistic here. There are days I do not want to go for a run. There are days where I feel so sluggish and heavy and tired, and days where my runs aren't that fast. But showing up for myself and being consistent makes me really proud, and those amazing moments happen more and more often. Running in a group has also been a total game changer for me. I always viewed running as a solo sport, but boy, when you have friends and a coach and accountability, it just makes it that much better and easier. I feel like with running, if you do it just every once in a while, you don't always get that high. I didn't for years, and I was a person who enjoyed running. So whatever it is for you, and it doesn't have to be running, it can be swimming, or skateboarding, or yoga, or biking, or sewing, or making candles, anything. Chase that feeling. Remember a time where you felt so good and so strong and so powerful and where you loved yourself. Chase it and don't give up. And even it has been over 10 or 20 or 30 or more years, I know that you won't regret it. And when you get back to that place, a world of possibilities you just didn't imagine existed opens up to you. It's that powerful. But don't be fooled. It's hard work. You have to be consistent and you have to carve out time for it. But I think that if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So here I am, challenging you, not to run away, but to run towards yourself and your dreams and the hard work that makes life worth living. The race was so hard, harder than I could have ever imagined. It was hills for 21 kilometers and sideways rain and ankle-deep puddles. And when I got called for third place, I honestly couldn't believe it. I was so happy and so proud and very much in shock. It was, more than I could have ever asked for.